This is a review for Serenity, Those Left Behind. This was the miniseries that Dark Horse put out around the time the Serenity movie came out. This takes place in between Firefly and Serenity, in case anyone doesn't know that. This is one of the many things I got from Contagion Outbreak, and I finally am getting around to doing some reviews for those books. I'll go out and say it. I really did like this as a Firefly fan, of course. I was really anxious to read these for a while after I got into the series and saw the movie. I'm a huge fan of the movie and the series, though, if anyone's asking. There was only a few problems that I usually kind of have in the back of my head when it comes to just TV show comics, movie comics. Because let's face it, they happen, and sometimes they don't turn out good. But luckily, like a lot of good things from Dark Horse that involve Joss Whedon wrote this, co-wrote it with Brent Matthew. And they turned out a really good story. It really kind of just brings what I like about Firefly into it. It tells a good story, has a lot of nice little character bits, funny dialogue from all the characters, good dialogue from the characters. Everyone seemed like the character from the comic. It didn't. I could honestly, see them saying all these lines. And of course, that's what happens when you have Whedon co-writing it, unless if he had anything to do with dialogue. Of course, I don't know. And it did fill in a few things that I didn't really ask what was happening in Serenity. I just kind of went with it and understood it and caught on. But it did fill in a few gaps, and it sets up, that one guy, the agent, whatever the hell he is. He doesn't have a name in the movie. He's just called like the agent or some guy like that, and it sets up all of that. The one thing I find weak about this one is the art by Will Conrad. It just kind of suffers from that. He makes them look like the characters, like the actors. They do have that, but it just doesn't look right in certain panels and pages. Like the facial expressions just look too stiff, and that's the problem. I just think it's hard to do. I think the standard now is going back to Buffy, but season 8, which was done mostly by Georges Genti, he did it so they looked enough like the characters, but it didn't look awkward when he did facial expressions. Like he managed to morph it enough to work. This they don't look entirely like they were traced, but it looks a little too. I'm not saying they should have gone with a little bit of more cartoony style. I don't know. I just wish it just doesn't work with me on faces, and that's just a common complaint. Other than that, though, I really did like this. I really recommend this for Firefly fans. I don't know if non-Firefly fans will enjoy this. I know a lot of people who don't like the series. Well, by that I mean I know there are people who don't like the series. I would recommend you check out. This is good to read if you want some kind of prequel before you want to see the movie, but no, honestly, you want to see the series before you read this or see the movie either. I do recommend this, though, if you really want to I do recommend everything Firefly, Brown Coat, all that shit. So, I really like this book.